and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. My name is Mitchell Osborn. You can find me at mitchellosborn.com. I am a psychic, medium, animal communicator, tarot and Lenormand card reader, as well as a hypnotherapist and mindfulness facilitator. So check that out. So this is, first of all, I want to tell you, I'm going to be using the Game of Thrones deck today to do the reading. And then at the end of the video, I am going to pull a couple cards to see how the season opens this coming Sunday, the 14th. And then next week, at the end of every week, I'm going to pull a card to see how it ends. Maybe who might die, or if you watch the show, you'll understand. If you don't watch it, you're good. I didn't watch it until Hurricane Irma last year. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that through this final season. At the end of a weekly video, if there's a show coming up that week, I'll pull a card, like a couple cards, how the show's going to start, maybe how it's going to transpire, well, how it's going to end. And we'll just see how the cards designed after the game or the show line up. So, all right, there you go. So your message this week is a powerful one from Paul Selig and his guides, and that is this: guilt is unforgiveness of the self, and shame, we would suggest, colludes with it to keep it from even looking at it. And like I said, this is from Paul Selig and his guides. If you're not familiar with Paul, he's on, I think, working on his 7th book. He's done 2 trilogies, and I got another one coming up. He channels this work. It's amazing. So guilt is unforgiveness of yourself, and shame kind of keeps you from even looking at it. And those two are powerful, powerful emotions throughout the body, guilt and shame. So really, and what I always tell people is just ask your angels and your guides. Say, listen, show me where I'm not forgiving myself. And, you know, it was one of those things where I've gone back and done some shadow work, some inner child work, and, you know, just forgive myself for, you know, some wild and wonderful stuff as growing up as the obese kid between 2 athletic brothers, the closeted gay kid, you know, all this stuff, you know, working with, you know, my family, you know, energetically and stuff like that. Not so much in person. But anyway, so just ask your angels and your guides to show you where you might be holding on to unforgiveness of the self, and where shame is keeping you from even looking upon something within your own life. I'll never forget when I was deep in the Nazarene church, I remember thinking, you know what? I did something. I feel bad about it. And I kept throwing more guilt and more shame on myself, thinking that's what I was supposed to do, like punish myself to work through it. And I remember one day thinking, this does nothing but take me down even deeper. I did it. It was in the moment. It wasn't premeditated. I was like, I've asked for forgiveness at that point, and I moved on. Now I look back at those things and think, wow, those were all lessons of growth for me. And even today, I'll do something and I'm like, man, that was not good. And I often go and apologize, and I apologize to myself, and I say, wow, you know, when you know better, you do better. So, all right. So let's pull some cards for this week. And so I'm going to just pull a card of what you could expect for this week, the week of the 6th to the 13th, how you can best navigate the energy coming this week. Ooh, the 10 of Swords and Ace of Swords flew out. So we'll see if they pop back up, because I'm going to shuffle them back in. And then how you will grow. Boy, they shuffle well. Boy, they shuffle well. They're almost like a linen kind of a quality within the cards. So if you haven't got the deck and you want to check it out, definitely do. I think they're on Amazon. But yeah, so what you will learn, how you grow this week. So first of all, what can you expect this week? Card coming up. The Hierophant popped out. So, and forgive me that I don't always know the names, because I don't remember them. So the King of Coins. This is, I think, Littlefinger. I think his name was Baelish. So what can you expect this week? King of Coins energy. And I feel like that this has nothing to do with the show right now. It might for you, who knows? But the King of Coins energy, I think this is, you're going to probably feel grounded. You're probably going to be on a roll, maybe money, resources, finances, family. Or we might see like a real powerful King of Coins, you know, make a little pop up in appearance, or just something about them, something about that energy. The King of Coins, very grounded, you know, earthy energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy as a whole. But also a great father, mother, parental figure. How can you best navigate this energy this week? 3 of Swords, allow the loss to happen. And this could be about someone. Last week I talked about maybe a senior person, an older person passing away. But the 3 of Swords, this could be someone dealing with the loss. How do you best navigate it? This is let it go. Let that energy go. Release it. deal with it. And we just talked about, not even looking at the guilt and the shame, or not looking at the guilt or the unforgiveness because shame was so powerful. Look at what you need to release. And then how will you grow? What will you learn or manifest? King of Spears. And that is, what was his name? Ed. Was it Ed? It was the father. It was the father. But anyway, the King of Spears, which is King of Wands. How will you grow? You will move from King of Coins into a more spiritual, fiery, transformative energy. So I really like the way that transpired. And Spirit just told me this is the death of that slow-moving, earthy energy, stepping into this King of Spears energy for you as well. So it's like Spirit's also saying, let go of a lot of that slow, stubborn, worried about money, resources, finances, worried about being the parent, into the more transformative, creative, fiery, inspirational, using that sexual kundalini energy. So there's your message. There's your message for this week. Now, Game of Thrones, I believe it's season 8. Fabi and I never watched it until Hurricane Irma came through last year, and we started watching it. We probably finished all 5 seasons in about 3 or 4 weeks because we had the DVDs, and then we did the free HBO and watched all the rest. And now we've been waiting for a year and a half for this to come back out. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We got hooked, but we're going to be able to watch it live. So I want to just pull cards of how this season is going to start. So what can we expect, like the start of the season, not so much what's going to happen in the show, but how's it going to start? Like what are we going to see probably like the first 20, 30 minutes of the show? What's going to happen? What's going to be kind of, a big surprise for us? So let's pull 3 cards just to kind of see what's going to happen. So first one, Knight of Cups. And this is, it really doesn't show who the person is. So Knight of Cups. So I feel like this is going to be, emotionally moving us forward or getting us hooked again emotionally. 5 of Swords. I'm trying to figure out who that is. It looks almost like Brahm or somebody, because sometimes the images are early in the season. But 5 of Swords. So they're going to get us emotionally hooked, and then they're going to just thrash us again. Right in the beginning. And then the third card, final card, Knight of Spears. And I think this is, the brother. Oh my gosh, it's like all the names always, because we watched them so fast, we didn't get hooked on the names. But so I think once they get us hooked, and emotionally, then they thrash us a bit, then they're going to take us back up and get us kind of fired up with this Knight of Spears energy. But 2 knights coming in is a perfect example, because I also feel like in the 5 of Swords is often about conflict. So I think that there might be a giant war scene or just battle right in the beginning, the first 15, 20 minutes. I hear they're longer than I think they've been like 40 to 50. I hear like they're more like an hour and a half. But yeah, I feel like they're going to probably have quite a big battle scene, right in the beginning. Oh, and I just randomly pulled this, and I feel like there might be a wedding or a union of sorts as well, and early on in the opening of this show. So there's your message, Game of Thrones fans. I'm excited that I'll be able to watch it live with some of you, because I've never really followed the tweets and the craziness that goes on with it. So namaste. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing this video. Thanks for retweeting it. If you want to catch me over on Patreon, you can support me on a monthly basis. You can donate $3, $5, $10 just for the work that I do. And I just realized this right here. Can you see that? That is a rosary bead with the cross. It's all wooden that I got on San Francesco del Deserto, a little tiny island where 5 monks live, and it's a monastery just outside of Venice, another little island. And I just realized it's hanging, and I just realized it's in view, so that's kind of cool. So check all that stuff out there. You can subscribe here, and you can see the April energy forecast there. Namaste. Bye-bye.